Satisfying is it to have played 200 games for Motherwell?
Yeah, no, look, I think obviously I wouldn't have minded trying to achieve such a feat in maybe a different fashion, coming on and not touching the ball. But being part of a very good performance against a top side is obviously good. But no, look, I think I'd hoped to maybe make that in the semi-final against St Mirren. Obviously wasn't to be. But no, look, it was amazing to come on the pitch and get that. The gaffer put me on after been out for a couple of weeks as well, just to kind of give me that was nice. So hopefully 201 can come on Wednesday night, hopefully.
Do you think people like yourself have become a bit of a rarity, playing so many games for the one club, just with the turnover of players you see these days?
Yeah, look, I think I'd heard some stuff John McGinnon spoke about and him playing so many games for Villa, and I think what also becomes, it's a two-way streak. I think players leave for better things, players also get replaced very quickly. There's a lot of players that maybe would have got to a lot of games for Motherwell but have been replaced and deemed surplus to requirement, so it kind of goes both ways. I found myself in the middle there of a few managers I think have maybe wanted rid of me, and a few managers I've been fortunate enough to be offered contracts with. So it's again, that's just football at every level, at every club, and I've been really fortunate that I've been able to stay fit for most of the time to get to so many games in 6 years.
And as one of the more experienced players here has played under a number of managers, how exciting is it to be part of this Motherwell team? Yeah, no, definitely 100%. I think the manager has come in and been really strong on his beliefs and how he sees football being played. That's not to say you can't play any other way and that any other way is wrong, but we are certainly at the moment enjoying how well, to be honest, the full season so far we've been enjoying it, learning, getting better, I think, and positively we can see where we are in the league that is a really good reflection, because sometimes the performances don't come with the position in the league, so we're fortunate we've got that at the moment. The hard thing, as most of us in the dressing room will have experienced at some point, is staying there and trying to kick on and trying to make a really good start into a really good season. And the hard work doesn't stop. We go Wednesday, Saturday, and hopefully we get a big result on Wednesday against a very good Falkirk side. And hopefully that can kind of continue this good start and make it something better.
You mentioned not had too many injuries.
So I got something catching something. Sorry.
You mentioned you've not had too many injuries, but they've come at just difficult times where you're missing the trips to Hampden as well. Does that just give you fire though to? Yeah, no. Well, look,
hopefully we've got to the Scottish Cup. Hopefully that in a month's time to look forward to, hopefully, and going a run in that. Again, clubs like ourselves, we love a cup run. We want to get to Hampden. I've not been fortunate enough to do it yet with any club, so hopefully I can do it and be fit this time for selection. So that'd be a nice change for me.
Does it feel that there's an exciting thing to be part of here? Is it maybe the most exciting period you've had at Fir Park, given the way you've been playing, where you are in the league?
Yeah, look, I think the reality is that every season comes with optimism and excitement. I think it's why you'll find myself and Paul and Andy have played and the older one played so a lot of games and played with a lot of managers, because we have that feeling every season. You have the excitement. If you thought it was going to be dreadful from the get-go and that was always your kind of mentality, you probably wouldn't be still playing. You need to enjoy it, you need to be excited about it, and that's something this manager certainly has sparked, and not only sparked but lit even more or got it shining brighter, because you see with the attendance on Saturday, the fans are buying into it, the fans are getting behind us. Obviously Hearts played their part in that, a massive club with a big support they brought, and just kind of adding to what's exciting times at Motherwell, and hopefully we can keep this up. The manager can stay here as long as possible, and certainly with the way we are playing, I think there'll be definitely plenty of players that will be getting attention, and rightly so. But that then comes the next challenge, is how can we manage that? Does that get players carried away? Do we use that to kick on and give us a confidence? Do we get arrogant or a confidence? And it's got that fine line, and hopefully we can sit in the right side of that. But time can only tell. That's what happens.
Is that something that you see as part of your role? You mentioned yourself and Paul and Andy as well, the experienced players who are able to maybe set a good culture in the dressing room, that you don't get carried away.
Yeah, look, I think so. I think we can maybe at times kind of have a wee word here or there if we felt anyone was, but it's a good group of boys. Don't see that being a problem. Different personalities, different characters, different cultures. and we've been working hard, and that's the main thing. The manager's got his buying into his system, his philosophy, and as long as that continues to happen, I don't even think we would need to do it, because I think if you were to take your foot off the gas in any sense, I think the manager would see it, and you won't be playing, because you've seen it with the Hibs game, with 5 changes, and we were all buying, we're all hungry, trying to perform for the club and for the manager, and hopefully that always happens. I was nervous myself before that, the 5 changes, but it was great that we were able to perform against a very good side, and hopefully we can kind of continue that squad mentality and kind of grow.
Just finally from you, looking back at this club over the last 15-20 years, there's been a series of players who have been here for a long time, like Keith Lasley, Stephen Hamill and Stephen Craig as well. They seem to kind of set the...
David Clarkson. I don't know if he'd let me forget. He get away and come back, but that's look still.
So it seems to have been a kind of a dressing room culture that seems to have survived a long time. Is that, you felt that's something that's been there when you arrived, and you've helped to keep going as well with that continuity?
Again, I think when I was growing up, you knew, albeit I didn't support them, although I knew exactly who the players were that had been there for a long time, and then I played against them. I played against Hammy, I played against Laz, and then I play with, or work with Clarkey. So I think you obviously see that as part of the culture, an opportunity to be part of a club and part of maybe a history, and hopefully things that really propel that is having success on the pitch. It's individuals are great, but if we can be part of a collective team this season that was to achieve something, whether it is finishing third as Robbo had done, or second and maybe getting to a final and winning something, those are the kind of things that can propel you at a club. And hopefully I'd be able to be part of that. Hopefully we can be part of that this season. But again, for us it's about trying to progress as a club. For me, it's about getting as many games as I can for this club and as quickly as possible, because there's windows every 6 months and you want to continue to be part of this club. So it's trying to work hard, keep my place and see where that takes us. And as a club perspective, we need to get to a points tally that gets us safe, and hopefully in amongst that we start to get a wee run in the Scottish Cup, which would be nice.
Well, you said earlier you wanted to turn a good start into a good season. As a seasoned campaigner, what is the key to doing that? Is it mentality? Consistency.
I think consistency. I think having key players not getting injured at key times is important. You can kind of see, and amongst the squad there is some players that you go, if Motherwell lost him or him, and it's trying to keep them fit and looking after them, and everyone else chipping in and working hard, the squad players being ready to come in when they're needed and delivering, and that's how you bring success. That's how you bring a continuity. The manager's already kind of showed his flexibility with systems and players, and that just kind of feeds to hopefully a positive kind of winning mindset. But it's tough. We have restraints. The budget that most of these clubs have is far superior to ours, but it just kind of amplifies the job the manager's doing and the job that we're doing on the pitch, because it's a two-way street. We need to buy in. We bought in. There was a couple of tough times at the start when fans were getting a bit riled, I think, and we stood by the manager's principles. The manager was very strong on them, and again, when you then start to see the belief, it becomes easier. It's easy for people to buy in whenever you're on a good run, but on the tough times like the St Mirren result, do we capitulate and fold? No, we don't. We get beat off a good side, but we go again. We get back to the drawing board and how we play and how he wants to play, and thankfully it's brought kind of success beyond that.
When the manager first came in and wanted to implement a new style like this, which is quite unusual in Scotland anyway, did you believe then that you could be third at this point in the season, and are you surprised at that acceleration you've had?
I'm surprised, because I would never. Again, I'm probably the biggest pessimist in the world, so I just want to get safe, and then we'll go for there. And hopefully it's worked before. I'll work hard, keep kind of humble, try my best. And look, when the manager came in, you seen what I knew. It was brave. What I knew was I was excited to be part of it. And if it worked, it would be brilliant. So it's working at the moment. It's up to us and the manager to keep tweaking things here and there that need changed. Maybe some players in January, whatever he sees fit. And hopefully I'm not one of them going out. But that's kind of surprised to be. I never would be arrogant enough and say that when you finish in the bottom six that we should be trying to finish third. I think my original reaction was, I thought Wimmer was good. and a bit worried that like you never know who can come in. Then you start pre-season, you get the intensity the manager shows, and we start to get results. And again, that's a testament to him and putting in his philosophy. And yeah, we've bought into it, and we're playing some good stuff. It's nice to watch. Look, it's definitely nice to watch. You might not agree with how he plays, you might not, but I've been in the stand the last 3-4 weeks, and I enjoy watching his play. I know what the manager's trying to do. I know what the players are trying to do, and that's something I can't always say throughout my career, that you can see what the manager's working on. There will be games that won't work, because that's just football. That's why we love it. But hopefully, more times than not, it will work, and that'll end in a really good season.